Lord Venkateshwara with diamond crown. So, like that, there is no one. All the jewels are made of diamond and gold, and people come when he wears a diamond crown. There's so much crowd to come and see the Lord, right? Uh, and so, how he looks basically. I mean, if we see him, yeah, this is. So there is so lot of jewels. The Lord is adorning every day. So many sevas, all in gold and diamond, because He's there since the last Kali Yuga. But so people look at the jewel and then we are very attracted, of course. So what's He showing? This left hand, what is He showing? Any guesses?
Is giving wealth.
No, this hand like this, Padmavati gives wealth, but He's showing down. Yes, who's that?
Give and take.
Not exactly. Nirmala Mataji?
Surrender at his feet.
Exactly. He says, this wealth is so nice. If you want all this, like me, this is the only way. So that's what he's indicating. Surrender to me. And when you surrender to me, what would I do? This indicates this. Oops. Yeah. Uh, the left hand, the right hand is showing the feet to surrender. And the left hand indicates that if we surrender, then the ocean of birth and death, which is insurmountable, becomes so low, like below, like water below the knee level, that I will make you cross over the ocean of birth and death if you surrender to me. And of course, the Lord is going to share all his wealth and opulences with a liberated soul. Right? So that's the thing. Desairer of wealth, they also come to the Lord and then they render devotional service. And then the third one, sharing. Okay. So distressed, desairer of wealth, the inquisitive. Why? What is happening? Why for me this is happening? Wants to know the answers. They are inquisitive about everything and they are inquisitive about God also. And fourth one is search, specifically who is searching for the knowledge of the absolute. So Jignasu, inquisitive is Jignasu, and searching for the knowledge of the absolute is Jnani. So he's saying all these four kinds of men begin to render devotional service to me, but one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best. For I am very dear to him and he is dear to me. Why? Why do you think the person who is in knowledge and engaged in pure devotional service dear to the Lord? Okay, yeah. Chandir Mataji.
His intelligence is pure. He's very pure and he's purified.
Yeah, pure is right. Can you explain what pure means?
Pure means he's doing through the like with the from the heart, like as Krishna want is in Krishna wants that he should be in everybody's heart as we all are in his heart.
Yeah, uh, that's right. But still, it doesn't distinguish him from the others. Everybody's heart, Krishna is there, and everyone is coming to pray to the Lord with all their heart. Battle scars.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah. Um, Uncontaminated by material desires.
Hmm.
So, intelligence and also service that is rendered, where the devotee does not seek to gain anything in return, but is just doing it because of his
Yes,
free will.
that's
And
yeah.
yeah.
He's serving like Yashita Mataji wrote. He is serving without wanting anything in return. Those who get the wealth because they want wealth, when they get wealth, they may leave the Lord. Those who want the distress to be solved, when the distress is solved, they may leave. The inquisitive people also, they are not unconditionally wanting the knowledge of God. In their list of inquisitiveness, Krishna is also there. But if all of them are, if these people are getting association of a pure devotee, of a devotee who doesn't want anything from the Lord, then they stick with the Lord and become pure too. But at least in the beginning, they are coming, right? Not they are not among people who don't come. They are coming to the Lord. So that's why he says that they is very dear to me. And all these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls. No doubt. But he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to me be just like my own self. So because of knowledge, what? Knowledge is not just theoretical. With knowledge, he practices devotional service to the Lord, and then he is becoming dear to the Lord. And then he says, is that such a jnani who's understanding that Krishna is the supreme? Are they easy to find? No. Such a great soul is very rare because after many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me. Till then, he keeps on searching. Am I the cause? Is anyone else the cause? Why should I surrender? But after many births and deaths, so all of us here who are sitting here and who are discussing Bhagavad Gita, we have many, many births and deaths. Uh, we have put our efforts in going behind the knowledge of the Lord. And so he says that after that, they know that the Lord is the cause of everything and they surrender. Okay, for those who want material desires as all in all, I mean, I don't care about liberation. I don't care about the purpose of this life. I don't care, really care who's supreme. Whether who's supreme or not is supreme, I am supreme. My material desires have to be fulfilled. So I go to those people who fulfill them. So that's what he says. Uh, they don't want to make a research who is the supreme and what is a shortcut, but they want to go to each demigod who would give that particular boon to them, and he can start to worship. Okay, 21 to 25. Can someone read? Yes, Abba Mataji.
21. I am in everyone's heart as the super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. Text 22. Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actually, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. Text 23. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. Text 24. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. Text 25. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So we can see that if a person has a desire to worship, that's why Sanatan Dharma or Krishna is not like if you don't follow my way, you're eternally condemned in hell. No, it's not like that. But if you want to dedicate yourself to a particular deity, I make your faith steady. But and with that faith, a person is worshipping a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone because they're part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So, if he is in the heart of the super soul, then why he should do this? That it's like a detour. Instead of going straight to him, if it looks like the Lord himself encouraging him going in the roundabout way. So, this is a question everybody will have. So, let's, can someone read the first paragraph of the purport? Yes, Meeramati.
Yes, Mataji. God has given independence to everyone. Therefore, if a person desires to have material enjoyment and wants very sincerely to have such facilities from the material demigods, the Supreme Lord as Supersoul in everyone's heart understands and gives facilities to such persons. As the Supreme Father of all living entities, he does not interfere with their independence, but gives all facilities so that they can fulfill their material desires. Some may ask why the all powerful God gives facilities to the living entities for enjoying this material world and so lets them fall into the trap of illusory energy. The answer is that if the Supreme Lord, as Supersoul, does not give such facilities, then there is no meaning to independence. Therefore, he gives everyone full independence, whatever one likes. But his ultimate instruction we find in the Bhagavad Gita: one should give up all other engagements and fully surrender unto him. That will make man happy.
So here, why the Lord has to do that? If he doesn't do that, like we cannot be robos, right? If we cannot force someone to love us, that doesn't come by force. It is their choice. So similarly, Krishna also leaves the choice to the living entities to choose to surrender to him. Although he keeps canvassing us, but in the core of the heart, if we don't desire to surrender to him, he will not push us or force us to surrender to him. So that's because he is independent and he has given independence to everyone. And it is that independence that we have to surrender to him. So, yeah. And also, this is also very significant. Ashutosh Prabhu, do you want to read?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Both the living entity and the demigods are subordinate to the will of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the living entity can't worship the demigod by his own desire, nor can the demigod bestow any benediction without the supreme will. As it is said, not a blade of grass moves without the will of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Generally, persons who are distressed in the material world go to the demigods, as they are advised in the Vedic literature. A person wanting some particular thing may worship such and such a demigod. For example, a diseased person is recommended to worship the sun god. A person wanting education may worship the goddess of learning, Saraswati. And a person wanting a beautiful wife may worship the goddess Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva. In this way, there are recommendations in the Shastras, Vedic scriptures, for different modes of worship of different gods. And because a particular living entity wants to enjoy a particular material facility, the Lord Himself, the Lord inspires him with a strong desire to achieve that benediction from that particular demigod. And so he successfully receives the benediction. The particular mode of the devotional attitude of the living entity toward a particular type of demigod is also arranged by the Supreme Lord. The demigods can't infuse the living entities with such an affinity, but because he is the Supreme Lord or the Super Soul who is present in the hearts of all living entities, Krishna gives impetus to a man to worship certain demigods. The demigods are actually different parts of the universal body of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they have no independence. In the Vedic literature, it is stated the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Super Soul is also present within the heart of demigod. Therefore, he arranges through the demigod to fulfill the desire of the living entity. But both the demigods and the living entity are dependent on the supreme will. They are not independent. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. So we can see that even in the heart of the demigods, Krishna is a super soul. So he is, because a person has a strong desire to get his material wants fulfilled. So the Lord is inspiring him from within to go to a particular person and want that particular material facility. And that is also done only by the Lord because he is the super soul. And demigods are actually the different parts of the universal body of the Supreme Lord. So if you water the root, will the parts of the tree also not be watered and nourished? Definitely. So the point is, although Krishna as a super soul has given independence, but if we keep having material desires within the core of the heart and we keep chasing them, then we will lose the opportunity to surrender and get out. Instead of surrendering and getting out of the material modes of nature, we'll keep revolving here only, right? So he says that one other thing is when we, like every day we offer arti to the Lord or we are chanting the holy names of the Lord. We are worshipping the Lord by chanting. And that chanting is pleasing to everyone. Actually, if you see Ramayan, technically speaking, who's the hero of Ramayan? Everyone, I mean, every one of us knows that it's Ram. But for an uninformed person, okay, who looks like a hero in Ramayana?
Ravan. I
Hanuman.
don't know. Hanuman, yeah.
Hanuman is the right answer, right? Because Hanuman only crossed the sea. Hanuman brought the mountains across the sea. And Hanuman did so many things. Okay, but what is that Hanuman happy about? Is he happy
Serving the master.
serving the master? And Hanuman is especially glad when we chant the holy names of Ram. He
Ram, yes.
himself is chanting, right? More than we chant Hanuman Chalisa and Hanuman's names, Hanuman will be happy or pleased if we chant Ram's names, his master's names. So that's why he's always in this position of service. Please let me know what can I do. And although he crossed the ocean, the power to cross the ocean came by his chanting Ram's names. So when he started chanting Ra and Ma, he grew so big in size and he was able to cross the ocean. Similarly, it is said if we go to many people know they go to Varanasi and Kashi to leave the body. Why? And it is also mentioned that those who are leaving the body in Kashi, they should always, or even when you're lying down in Kashi, you should have your right ear open. Because Kashi Vishwanatha's promise is that he comes and chants Rama's name for anyone who is leaving his body in the holy land of Varanasi. And that's what he says in Vishnu Sahasranam also. When Parvati asked, okay, what is the shortcut way to chanting this 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu? What is the shortcut way? What did Lord say? Lord Shiva say? Anyone knows? The famous
Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Rama.
Yeah. Sri Sri Rama Rama Rameti
Rameti
Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam. That 3 times chanting Ram's name is equal to Sahasranam. And then Rama Nama Varanane. Not only he said 3 times chanting Ram's name, but what he said? I myself am chanting Rama Nama Varanane. I myself am chanting the holy names of the Lord. And then if we see Brahma also is Brahma is chanting Krishna's names, and if we see in the Krishna book the story of Brahma Vimohan Leela, Brahma wanted to trick Krishna by taking away all the cows and calves and hiding them, but he was tricked, right? Brahma came back and saw that he uh, got, Krishna duplicated every one of the calves and the cowherd boys Brahma stole. At that time, Brahma said, let people talk whatever they want, but I will not dare tell that because I will only say that I don't know you yet. So this is in Canto 10. Chapter 14. The stealing of the boys and calves by Brahma, and then Brahma's prayers to Lord Krishna. Yeah, and what's he saying? See, my Lord, just see my uncivilized impudence. To test your power, I tried to extend my illusory potency to cover you, the unlimited and primeval super soul, who bewilder even the masters of illusion. What am I compared to you? I am just like a small spark in the presence of a great fire. Therefore, O infallible Lord, kindly excuse my offenses. I have taken birth in the mode of passion and am therefore simply foolish, presuming myself a controller independent of your lordship. My eyes are blinded by the darkness of ignorance, which causes me to think of myself as the unborn creator of the universe. But please consider that I am your servant and therefore worthy of your compassion. So, this is what he's saying, that you are my father Narayana, from whom I have come. So, very nice. So, this is Brahma, who is the creator of the world, and all the demigods are created by Brahma. So, we can see they don't have any problem. Okay, I mean, we only think that, oh, if I start worshipping Krishna, what will the other person think? They are not politicians that you go to their vote bank, I will not get your vote. It's not like that, right? So we can see how Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma are glorifying the Lord, and in fact all the demigods also. So one thing is, when we chant the holy names of the Lord and worship the Lord, every demigod is satisfied. That's what is meaning that they are not independent. So that's why he's saying. And those who are continuing the worship of the demigods, they go there. Okay, planets of the demigods. But my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. And Krishna is a person, not only impersonal. So he says that many have this understanding. There is one Brahman, that Brahman only takes the form of Krishna or Durga or Rama or Ganesha or Kartikeya, like that. This is our basic understanding. But Krishna is telling that is wrong. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. And why? Because I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. Infallible means there is no question of the Lord doing mistake even a bit anywhere. Why? Yeah, so he continues to say 26 to 30. Can anyone read? We'll stop with this. Anyone is there to read, or I can read too? Yes, Nirmala Mataji.
Mataji, it's already 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I know, but we'll finish this. 5.
Text 26. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows. Text 27. O scion of Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate. Text 28. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated or freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. Text 29. Intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me in devotional service. They are actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about transcendental activities. Text 30. Those in full consciousness of me who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods and of all methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death.
Thank you, Mataji. So, this is a very famous verse. You can repeat after me. Vedaham samatitani
Vedaham samatitani
vartamanani charjuna
vartamana
Arjuna
cha Arjuna
Bhavishyani cha bhutani
भविष्यानि च
भविष्यानि च
भूतानि
भूतानि
mam tu veda na kaschana.
मां तु वेद न कश्चन.
कश्चन.
So Vedaham samatitani means completely past, Vartamanani present, and Bhavishyani future. But me, no one knows. So Krishna knows all, but we don't know him because of being deluded by the three modes of material nature. And how to come out of it? The starting and the ending point is chanting the holy names of the Lord. And how we are able to connect with Krishna every single minute. So that's why we are completely covered in desire and hate. That's the that's the two side of the uh, extremes that the mind keeps oscillating like a pendulum. I like this, I don't like this. I want this, and I want to get rid of this. So desire and hate. So, and if a person is acted piously only, they will engage themselves in my service with determination. So it's not an easy thing. And so he says, if we have to at all endeavor for liberation from old age and death, then take refuge in me in devotional service. So such people, they are Brahman. Brahman means they are beyond the three modes of material nature because of they know what their connection with the transcendental activities. So also, and he says that full consciousness of the Lord means the Lord is the governing principle of material manifestation, of the demigods, and of all methods of sacrifice. Can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. So this is his conclusion because he's starting to tell about his knowledge and then what is the knowledge of the Absolute, how there are two different energies, material energy and spiritual energy, and the living entity is controlled by the inferior energy because we are under the three modes of material nature, and how by surrendering to him he can come out. But it is not, then if surrendering to him is very easy, why everyone is not able, not doing? Because there are four kinds of people who don't surrender, four kinds of people who surrender, in that also who come with a purpose. If their purpose is solved, then they leave. But fortunate are those who get association of a pure devotee and they become pure devotees themselves. And then he's saying that how he knows everything and worshipping him, and that is covering the aspect of worshipping all the demigods also. He being the super soul in someone's heart, if someone desires some material benediction so much, he is inspiring them to worship a particular demigod. Ultimately, although his instruction is if you worship me, then you come to me and you live an eternal life. And this worshipping of Krishna will please definitely all the demigods also. So that's our takeaway from this chapter. Anybody has any questions? We'll pause here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Meera Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I had a very quick question. I know you also briefly spoke about it in the basic course regarding you showed a picture of all the demigods in certain planets and then Krishna elevated above. So I know Krishna provides freedom for devotees to worship whichever demigod and use their desires accordingly. But how do we help our loved ones who are very strong bhakti devotional to a demigod? To be like, you'll come back if you do this, but you have to worship the Supreme Lord to not be able to come back.
Very nice. Thank you so much for the question. So it's like this. It's a matter of heart. If somebody is attached to a demigod, even though we reason out that by worshiping the Lord or doing devotional service, he's also pleased, because of their strong attachment in the heart, it is very hard for them to even hear that. So what we can tell is let them continue what they are doing, but let them add the chanting of the Mahamantra also as one of their process of ritualistic performance of anything that they want to perform. Let them add this. So when the Mahamantra is chanted, Krishna from within the heart as Paramatma will inspire them, and it's a matter of experience, right? It's not about I mean, we are no one to convince anyone, but the Lord within the heart, if he is able to give that experience to them, that how worshipping him even their ishta devatas are very much pleased, then they will include this also, and they will know what is the truth from Bhagavad Gita. So we have to be little like giving the mother giving medicine to the child. The child does not want medicine, so the medicine is mixed with something palatable, nice, and given to them. So similarly, although this is the truth, we give them in a way that they can take it.
Very nice, Mataji. Thank you. I will try to do that.
Thank you. Reena Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Uh,
I have a similar question. So, if somebody is actually engaged in very disciplined devotional service, but is not very understanding of all the deeper knowledge that we are talking about here, specifically Bhagavad Gita, what's their status?
So their status is there somewhere. They have started their process, but they are worshipping the Lord indirectly. There is a saying, Akashat patitam toyam yada gachanti sagaram sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pratigachati. So from whatever the water droplets that are coming from the sky, you ultimately they go to the sagar or ocean. So similarly, whomever they are offering worship, that worship is indirectly going to Keshava only. So we should not uh, discourage them from doing that. Their status is there somewhere. They started the process, but what they want really from within the core of the heart may not be liberation, may not be, uh, maybe uh, free from, they don't want to be free from material desires, but they want uh, to fulfill their material desires. Krishna is there in the heart and he knows. So he directs them accordingly. But if they are very sincere, then the demigods will direct them to Krishna. And they are happy doing devotional service. So this is a very touchy topic, and it is that's what it's a matter of attachment. So they are somewhere, they have started on the path, and if they are sincere, they will come. All we can request is to read Bhagavad Gita and to start doing some service to the Lord, like chanting the Mahamantra. So then eventually in this life or next life or few lives later, like they will realize this, because Krishna says bahunam janmana mante yanavan mam prapadyate. You see this, bahunam janmana mante, after many births and deaths he who is actually knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes, and all that is such a great soul is very rare. So they may be somewhere here in the bahunam janmana, some janma is there. So uh, so we understand that position, and try to give them as much as possible the Lord's mercy by chanting. If they wouldn't chant, we can pray for them, can give them some prasadam, and uh, and then slowly, either in this life or later, they will understand this. That the
Mataji, they have been doing the devotional activities for decades, but
sorry,
somehow not connected with the text. So, they just started the mantra like a week ago. So hopefully, they will make progress in that direction. I just felt I didn't know that it is actually incomplete if you were just doing, the devotional activity only.
Right. So it's only a week, so I mean, there is a lot of time. And then when they read Bhagavad Gita themselves, that's why by attending lectures is one thing, but when we read ourselves, isn't it more touching the heart and convincing and like that, right? So now we can all form reading groups, read ourselves, and also explain. Like all of you have attended the 18-day course, so you know what is Bhagavad Gita basically. So now you can all try to share it in whatever forum you can, to friends and relatives, or to even among the family members. Everyone sit together and read at least for 5-10 minutes. Then slowly it will be revealed to them.
That's a great idea. Read together. Great. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Srivatsa, Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. I had a question regarding advanced devotees who are on a path. If you look at history and all the exalted devotees, after they reach a certain point, the attacks, the spiritual attacks intensifies. Whether you take Prahlad Maharaj or Siddhartha Gautama, many of these exalted high. I know in Vaishnava school of thought, Siddhartha Gautama is not regarded as an authentic acharya, but nonetheless, for the sake of
No,
making a point, I'm asking.
okay, no problem.
So,
It's considered as an incarnation of the Lord.
hmm, so my question was, what is the purpose of this? Why are these attacks necessary?
Okay,
Um,
okay.
even when the Lord knows, yeah.
It's like this. Why are we giving Nobel Prizes for known people, for people who have excelled? And why are there PhDs who have done research, postdoctorate fellowship? Why? Because they're going. Every one of us have to go in that path. I mean, in material life, PhD is optional now, but
Hmm.
spiritual life, it's not like that. For a 10th grade person, he has to get a 10th grade question paper, not a third grade question paper. So as we go, but he will be equipped with the knowledge to take the questions of the 10th grade if he has done his homework, assignments sincerely daily.
But based on what we read, these attacks are no joke,
For
right?
us, for us it is so big because for a third grader, 10th grade is so huge. And he must be wondering why are they giving this tough exams? But for a 10th grader, 10th grade is not very tough to cross. If he have done his
Hmm.
homework properly, then he could cross. So
Hmm.
similarly, Krishna is like these attacks are coming not to stray anybody away from the devotional path. It's like
Okay.
the mother chastising the child or putting a child in timeout. Okay. The
So
mother,
I had when I read books and everything, I don't know, I had a realization. And the realization is that are these attacks essentially because the devotee has come to wake up people, to make them known of their true identity. And if this individual transcends Maya, if you would, or the matrix as it's called, then it is a threat to the matrix. It is a threat to the systems. It is a threat to control mechanisms. It is a threat to all these things. So can it be seen as even if you take Siddhartha Gautama, all these, it's basically the encapsulation of all of Maya into one enormous attack. It's like go now and break him.
yeah, but why, because they have the capacity to cross over, and all of us
Yeah.
have to know, right, who they are. Otherwise,
Yes, yes.
we speak about Siddhartha, Gautama, and Prahlad
Hmm.
because of the targets that Hiranyakashipu did.
Yeah,
Prahlad is
exactly.
already a devotee. Krishna knows Prahlad, Prahlad knows Krishna. Okay, but we all don't know what kind of person is Prahlad. and how he
Mm.
was very, fixed up. And even though his dad tortured him back to back, he had not even an ounce of ill feeling for his lord, for his dad. So he asked that one
Mm.
boon that he had also, he asked the Lord, please forgive my dad for whatever offenses he has done.
Oh, wow.
Pray.
Mm.
Yeah, you want to see that? I mean, I would eventually, everyone should be having a copy of Srimad Bhagavatam. Eventually, I think we should be also, that's my plan. But if you see the seventh canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Signs of God, in that, it's first 10 chapters is this only, Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu. There's a question in the first chapter, Hiranyakashipu, the king of demons. Hiranyakashipu's plan to become immortal. Hiranyakashipu terrorizes the universe. How
Mm.
Prahlad Maharaj is saintly son, how he is instructing his demoniac schoolmates, and they are asking him, where did you learn this from? Then he is telling that I learned.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಾ
And then Narsimhadeva, how he appears and slays, and Prahlad is offering Lord Narsimhadeva with prayers, and in that,
Mm.
uh, this is very nice. Not in this, the next chapter. Prahlad
Mm.
thus offered his prayer to the Supreme Lord, begging his mercy at every step. Lord Narsimhadeva was pacified by Prahlad Maharaj's prayers and wanted to give him benedictions by which Prahlad could procure all kinds of material facilities. Prahlad Maharaj, however, was not misled by material facilities. Rather, he wanted to remain always a servant of the Lord.
Mm.
He says that I want to remain, and uh, the next chapter.
So, by nature of this material realm,
Yeah,
anybody that ascends will be attacked.
1 minute. So see, uh, see, Prahlad Maharaja, he say accepted whatever the Lord had offered him, and he prayed for the Lord to deliver his father.
Mm.
That's the only thing. The shloka is very nice.
Mm.
O Supreme Lord, because you are so merciful to the fallen souls, I ask you for only one benediction. I know that my father at the time of his death had already been purified by your glance upon him, but because of his ignorance of your beautiful power and supremacy, he was unnecessarily angry at you, falsely thinking that you were the killer of his brother. Thus, he directly blasphemed your lordship, the spiritual master of all living beings, and committed heavily sinful activities directed against me, your devotee. I wish that he be excused for these sinful activities.
Mm. Interesting.
Then he says, O Supreme Personality of God, I said, my dear Prahalada, O most pure, O great saintly person, your father has been purified along with 21 forefathers in your family. Because you are born in this family, the entire dynasty has been purified.
Oh, interesting. So, is this what you termed as Shuddha Sattva a while back?
Yeah,
Shuddha Sattva Guna.
yeah.
Okay, Mataji, I see.
So
Very
let's
interesting.
all, yeah, so many things to read. Bhagavatam is full there. Bhagavad Gita, we are reading the 7th chapter now, 18th chapter, and we'll keep reading it, and then we'll advance to Bhagavatam. We'll read each chapter of Bhagavatam to understand more. But everything starts with serving the Lord. Because if the Lord has not come and spoken Bhagavad Gita, or there was no conversations about him in Bhagavatam, we are in total darkness. So we thank the Lord by taking time to chant his names without fail every day. That service will make the Lord pleased and reveal to us more and more in depth.
Mm. Thank you so much, Mataji. Shubhratri.
Thank you all the devotees for your consistent coming to the classes, and I hope all of you are reading the purports. I know some of you may have questions, but today I have to go. There are some guests at home. So we will not have the Thursday class, but so take time to read and get questions. Write down your questions. So the next Monday, most probably, I think we should be having a class which will be a question answer session. You can ask any questions from these 7 chapters, or it can be practical questions, anything. If I don't know the answer, that's an opportunity for me to learn also. I can get answers from senior devotees. So yeah, let's dedicate the next session to question and answer, and if required, the session after also, if we have more questions. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Thanks to Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Hare Krishna.